What's going on, everyone? So, the Phoenix Suns are a very interesting team. Now, personally, this is just me personally, I do not believe in the Phoenix Suns. I do not think that the Phoenix Suns are going to win a championship as currently constructed. I just don't think Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant as a trio are good enough collectively and fit well enough to actually win a championship, right? You look at the big threes throughout history, and they've all been different skill sets at different positions, and it's even taken a little while to kind of mold, but usually it all works out because they're all, you think of Kyrie, LeBron, and Kevin Love, or, LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, all play different positions, all have different skill sets, all have different looks. Even like KD with Steph and Clay and stuff. Yes, they were very similar, but they all did very different things, right? And Steph and Clay were so good off ball and shooting the basketball, where Devin Booker and Bradley Beal are too similar of players, right? Neither guy is really big enough to play and slot over to the three, and neither guy is a good enough playmaker to slot over to the point. And you saw it just was very conflicting and a little all over the place. And they also just last year, I don't think, had the overall roster. I do like their roster better this year, if I'm being honest. I do think that they added some nice pieces that are going to help in kind of just being better structured. Like, I think Tyus Jones being a real pass first type of point guard is going to be able to kind of help keep things together and his ability to shoot off ball. But again, what are you going to do at the end of games and in the fourth quarter is my problem. Are you going to go small? Are you going to go with Tyus Jones, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Nurk? I don't see you winning anything with that. Now, I do like that they brought in like a Mason Plumlee to add another size, and they're able to keep, Monte Morris and stuff, right? Like, they did some nice moves. They got some solid pieces, right? I just don't think that they have a positional roster that makes sense. And I think inevitably, Phoenix is going to have to come to the conclusion of we're going to have to trade one of these guys. I do. And look, I could be completely wrong. Maybe Phoenix is cooking. But I said the same stuff last year, and people told me I was crazy. I don't know ball. Like, Phoenix, just give them the championship now. Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. And they were the worst fourth quarter team in the NBA. Literally, again, all those videos that I was talking about preseason are all on the channel. And everything I said would happen, literally verbatim happened. I do believe big threes work. There's a lot of people that think, big threes can't work anymore because of new CBA. No, I do believe that they can. You just have to have the right complementary pieces, right? If you put Kevin Durant alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you don't think that would work? If you put LeBron James with Steph and Kevin Durant, you don't think that would work? Of course, right? Like, again, if you have the right pieces and the right players and the right skill sets and the right fits and components and pieces, yes, it can work. But the problem is that I just don't think Phoenix has that. Bradley Beal can't stay healthy, right? Kevin Durant was the healthiest he's been in years. Is he going to be able to stay that way? Devin Booker's been dealing with injury issues. And I just think that there's too many hurdles for Phoenix to overcome. Now, you get the right matchups. You kind of get a couple things to fall your way. Could you end up being in the conference final? Sure, right? Like, they're still talented. I don't think anyone would be shocked if they, I wouldn't be shocked if they won the championship. They do have three very good guys. I just don't think it's going to happen, right? Like, I just don't think that they have the pieces that fit well enough compared to some of these other teams. I don't think that they have the size. I don't think that they have the defense. But they do have enough firepower to where if they get hot and Kevin Durant, we saw Devin Booker when they first got Kevin Durant. Devin Booker shot like 70% from the field, right? In that first playoff run, they ended up losing, but still, he was just lights out on could these three just get hot enough to carry you to the conference final? Sure, right? But I just think unless the offense is absolutely in fuego, you're probably again another first round exit. I don't see these three going from getting swept in the first round to being in the championship and winning the chip. They didn't make that significant grades. Now, if they make the right trade, then yes, I think that could be a possibility. But ultimately, I think what will end up happening is Kevin Durant either will want to be traded and ask out, or Matt Ishbia is going to be like, all right, we're going to have to trade somebody. And I think that they'll trade Kevin Durant. I think, one, Kevin Durant's the oldest. Two, you're not going to be able to trade Bradley Beal. Three, I think Devin Booker, who makes the most sense, I think, to trade, in my opinion, just because I think you get the best return. I just think he's, Mr. Sun. And, so I think if you trade Kevin Durant, you get the right pieces that maybe complement, maybe get some more 3-and-D guys. But Kevin Durant's the one guy if I was the Phoenix Suns and I was, the GM and all that stuff, and Matt Ishbia, really, because Matt Ishbia is the one that really believes that this can work, right? If I was him, okay, fine, you want to run it? Fine. If it's not working out, I would keep Kevin Durant, because I think Kevin Durant, out of those three, is the one guy that can play multiple positions. He's the only guy that can play the 4 or the 3 if you needed to. You could even slot him at the 2 if you absolutely had to, right? So, he's the only guy that has the size and versatility that you need, and he doesn't need the ball in his hands. He's the guy that I think makes the most sense slotted alongside one of the other stars. So, if I'm Phoenix, I would actually do everything I can to keep Kevin Durant and not try to trade him. But realistically speaking, he's probably the odd man out. He's probably the guy most likely to be traded. If it was me, I'm trading Devin Booker. And it's not because he's not Mr. Sun or anything like that. But again, I think Kevin Durant makes the most sense slotted alongside, say, a Bradley Beal, because he doesn't need the ball in his hand. So he can kind of let Bradley Beal be Bradley Beal. And then Kevin Durant's so good off ball and so efficient when he does shoot, that I think that has the better chance of working. Where, again, I think Devin Booker and Bradley Beal are the problem. I think the two of them are essentially the same player in many ways. They're similar size, all of that, right? So neither guy can move and slot over and play a different position, right? So to me, I don't like Bradley Beal and Devin Booker as a pairing. And you're not going to be able to trade Bradley Beal. Kevin Durant is the guy that, again, makes the most sense complimentary. Devin Booker is the guy that I think you would get the biggest return in package for, right? So I think you would actually get enough in a trade for Devin Booker to where you could actually round out the roster nice enough to now you could contend for a championship. Now you could be a team that really pushes and goes and wins a championship, because you could go get the skilled players and get the skilled positions. I wouldn't try to trade Devin Booker for another star. I would pray that Bradley Beal could be healthy. Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal offensively are enough to carry the workload. And I would turn Devin Booker into picks and just quality role players. Maybe you get a young guy that you like with some upside, but go get can you get a legit 3-and-D, like a sizable 3-and-D guy, right? That can defend and play multiple positions and defend out in the perimeter, right? Can you hit up the Pelicans and get like a Herb Jones in something? Right? To where now you got a legit young 3-and-D guy, one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, right? So now you got Tyus Jones, Bradley Beal, Herb Jones, Kevin Durant, and Nurk, right? And then also try to get another role guy or two, and you're just in better position. It's just, I'm not saying necessarily it has to be the Pelicans or Herb Jones, but something like that, where you're getting a legit quality 3-and-D guy that can defend, play multiple positions, defend the best player on the other team, help you rebound, do a little bit of everything, right? Is a better complementary piece. Look, I think the biggest mistake Phoenix made was trading Chris Paul and Ayton for the pieces that they got. Now, I'm not saying they couldn't have traded Chris Paul. I actually would have kept Chris Paul, because I just think, one, you're not as reliant on him health-wise, and he doesn't need to play as big of a role, right? So you can cut back his minutes, his production, all that stuff. But he's the guy that kind of put it together for Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, right? If he's healthy, now you have that piece that he can still hit shots, but he's the glue guy that's making sure everything's together. Ayton, I wouldn't have traded for Nurk. I understand Phoenix's logic and thinking of like, okay, well, we don't really have a playmaker. Maybe Nurk can kind of be our Jokic light. And it wasn't going to work. Where to me, I would have rather them turn Ayton into a shot blocking, defensive rebounding big, right? Somebody that can get rebounds as well as, block shots and stuff like that, right? Like, if you could have gotten like a Mitchell Robinson or something, I just think that would have been better. And then like another role guy, like another guy off the bench that could have came and fit. Like, like Malcolm Brogdon and Time Lord would have been nice, something like that, where, you're getting a point of attack guard that can defend and hit the outside shot, plus you're getting a shot blocking, rebounding center, something along those lines, just for examples that come to mind. But I just think Phoenix is in a rock and hard place because, again, Bradley Beal, you're not going to be able to trade. You're just not. He has a no-trade clause, so you can't just dump him on any team. And then, secondly, like, what team is trading $50 million for a guy that only plays 40 games a season, can't stay healthy? Like, it just, you're stuck with Bradley Beal. If you're Phoenix, that's just the reality. You're stuck with Bradley Beal. So, your only way out is through Devin Booker or Kevin Durant. The problem is I don't think Matt Ishbia will actually give the green light for it. I think even if the Suns are, say they finished sixth last season. Let's say they're fifth. I think that'll be justification enough for Matt Ishbia to go, oh, we're right there, right? Or if they're or let's say they're in the top 4 even. Right, because you do have like the Clippers and the Nuggets kind of, I still think Nuggets in particular are still going to be very good. But, could Phoenix, move up in the standings and end up in like the 4th seed? Sure. But I think that's just fool's gold. I don't think that means like, oh, that's it. They're a real contender. I just think like, congrats, you're the 4th seed. Good stuff, right? Like, but the problem is Matt Ishbia will take that as like, oh, this means that we're good enough to win a championship type thing. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think that I'm wrong? Do you think Phoenix? No, that they're coming this year. Again, I said a lot of the same stuff last year. But again, maybe they prove me wrong this year. It's always a possibility. I've been wrong before. Maybe I'll be wrong this year, but we'll see. Time will tell. But anyway, again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.